Hi everyone. I have just landed after coming back from LVO. This is a quick preface to let you know that this video is just a series of unconnected interviews and vlog type content. It covers a lot of stuff. It covers Michael T. Holy, Birinid, TSons, Azayani, other stuff as well. Lots of stuff. Basically everybody I played this weekend in the GT I did an interview with. There's a lot of sound level issues because I was doing it in a big hall. There's nothing I can do about that. But I would highly recommend that everybody interested in a little bit of competitive play watches this video, because what you're about to see is some of the best players in the world, Kill Team, talking about their lists specifically. Ignore everything I say, that's just kind of, what's the point? But everything they say probably really good, really useful for everyone to hear. Anyway, hope you enjoy, guys. Bye. Hello everybody, it's Glass Half Dead here. And behind me, I have somebody, a professional, one might say.
Painting Tyranids, midnight.
Yeah. Have you decided upon your roster for tomorrow yet, Birinid?
Nope, 9 in the morning I gotta play. I don't know what I'm taking.
Yeah. That's the kind of professionalism you can expect from the Kill Team community here. And I have no idea what the next video clip's going to be, but I'm stopping this one now. A lovely shot to start, but you can't. Terrible, like cinematography wise, not good. So it is the morning of the GT. Played the pods yesterday. Well, played the morning pods, not the PM pods. I was not playing my best Kill Team. I won 2, lost 1, but it wasn't good. Like, I took Reconnaissance, which is the new the LVO version of Scout the Field, and just forgot to score it twice. When there was nothing stopping me, I just didn't put a model next to the board edge. Similar in the next game, I played against Grey Knights, and I took Recon Sweep. No, that wasn't against Grey Knights, but ignore that. And I hot dropped a flayed one, not into the enemy's deployment zone. So, when there was space, it was poor choices all round. Definitely not playing good Kill Team. With that in mind, I'm actually pretty happy about going 2-1. Didn't play the PM pods because it was pretty late and I'd only had like a banana for breakfast. So, whatever. Hung out with Michael T. Holy and had my first ever deep dish pizza, which was a beast. And the server said, "Hey, this is a medium-sized pizza. There's only 2 of you. Don't think you're going to handle it." And we said, "No, it's fine. We'll take some home. You know, we've got a fridge It's fine." We demolished it. Okay, because we have the mindset of winners. Okay, somebody challenge. I'm going to move on. How do I feel about my chances today? Not good. Not good, but I'm kind of okay with that because... Okay, so look, if I do make top 8 and I make the cut to the Sunday to see who actually wins this, great, fine. But I kind of don't want to, because looking at how things are going to shake out, if people go full on, let's try and get our ITC rankings up for this new year, then pods on Sunday are the first official event for the new year. So whoever wins those will be the highest in the ITC rankings. Not that I care about ITC rankings, but if I'm here, why not take a stab at it, you know? I was originally confused by this, because I thought, well, if the cut to top 8 is happening on Sunday, then surely whoever wins that was technically in a, 50-60 player tournament, whereas whoever wins the pods is in a smaller, like 8-man pod thing. That isn't the case. Turns out, because of the way they're doing it, the cut to top 8, although it's being played on Sunday, still counts for the tournament that is played on Saturday. So that technically, even though it's being played on Sunday, finishes Saturday. That Sunday, so tomorrow, is when the new ITC rankings begin, So the pods are the first official kill team event for the new year for ITC. How were the pods yesterday? Azayani were dominating. Any pod that Azayani was in won that pod. Except for the PM pod where there were 2 Azayani players. Azayani still won, but Azayani also came second. Pretty rough going for anybody that doesn't play Azayani. Did we see anything else interesting? I saw a Custodes versus Custodes match. Custodes won. I guess that's a thing. It didn't look fun. But they played it, I guess. Basically, one guy lost to Custode early. He lost. That was it. And there was, as a Custode, there's not really much coming back once you lose a model. Admech were playing funky all priest lists. I think he went 2-1, so he did as well as my Necrons did. But he was probably actually playing good kill team, whereas I wasn't. That's about it. That's all that's kind of springing to mind. I suppose I wish I had known that I was going to be playing here a little bit earlier before I actually came, because I probably wouldn't have brought Necrons. I think Death Guard have a real shot here, because you want to be killing and you want to be denying kills. For the similar reason, I think Thousand Suns. Grey Knights did well. Grey Knights won their pod. But to be fair, he played against me, so it doesn't count because I was a bad opponent. But yeah, Death Guard. I think Death Guard, if somebody brings a good list here, is going to really dominate. I think a Death Shroud Terminator, no, Blightlord Terminator, could do really well. Oh, also, I learned a new thing. I learned a new rule. So you can hold back models into reserves, yeah? You can then put those models back on the board, right, with outflank. Even if they can't be hot dropped, you can outflank a model. Cool. So I thought it always costs 1 CP to use the outflank maneuver, right? Or a tactic. It's like, okay, you've decided you're not going to put them into the enemy's deployment zone, whatever. You're going to drop it back in your own because there's no other choices, whatever. Turns out that's free. If you put a model back onto the board in your deployment zone, you don't pay for that. So, a totally valid tactic is to, let's say, as Deathwatch, hold your frag cannons in reserve, or a 1 frag cannon, I guess, because you could only use the tactic once. I don't know. I'd have to check that. Yeah, hold one of them off in reserve with the intention of putting him back on the board after the enemy has moved, so that you can line up a perfect shot that your opponent doesn't know your frag cannon is there for. So if you're deploying the long board edges, that's crazy. The only negative is of course that you have to place them on 1 inch from the board edge. So you've only really got, you can't place them anywhere in your deployment zone. You are still technically using the outflank maneuver. It's just you are doing it for free. Oh, you can't ready the model. So that's super powerful. I had no idea. That completely took me by surprise when Grey Knights did that to me with an incinerator. To be fair, that was fine. That wasn't why I lost. I lost because I was terrible at playing the game. But yeah, there you go. That's it. I'm going to stop now because my arm's really tired. Check back in. I'm hoping to get a few interviews with people before the GT starts, and also, obviously, afterwards. Okay, hello, Michael. Say holy. Yeah.
Oh man.
Buddies.
Nobody I'd rather lose to.
After that deep dish pizza yesterday, what can I say?
That's right.
It was lovely.
That's
it was
right.
lovely.
That's right.
However, moving on.
What did you put in that deep dish pizza?
Weighted dice. Okay, so that was a super tight game, and maybe it was my impression, but I really feel like, neither of us did anything turn 1.
Right.
You got a flesh wound, I think?
No, did not.
Oh, that nothing happened turn 1. Okay.
Thing on the first turn.
So turn 2, you got.
Well,
2
yeah,
kills?
I might have taken 1 wound off your.
I think you got.
I took 1 wound
off
off the warrior.
Yeah.
Or the Lich Guard. With the the flamer and a D-side, I took 1 wound off.
Yes, that was incredibly lucky.
Yeah.
How do you think the game went apart from?
Well, it went great. My game plan was fine. You had some bad luck with the shooting. I had terrible luck with the Necron on the corner.
Yep.
That was a little bit of a linchpin, but none of that mattered. Ultimately it came down to 2 things. play-wise. I had the option to do a Fire and Fade to pick up the relic token and contest an objective. That would have taken away your hold more. It would have given me the relic. It just kind of slipped my mind as we were going into it. I thought we were going to play one more round at the time, and I thought I had a pretty good setup for the fourth round. And then there was a little bit of time left, so then we decided to roll off to see if we play the final turn, and we did not play a final turn. Unfortunately, I didn't have any completed secondaries. You did hold more, and that was that.
Yeah. I think there was some. So both of us didn't roll very well at certain times, but there were some critical rolls where sixes were rolled on both sides.
Yeah.
And that was genuinely the turning point for both. I mean, you made two amazing off-ways.
Yeah.
Otherwise, on turn 2, I think you would have lost both your Banshee and your Exarch, or turn 3.
Well, no, you would have rolled injury rolls on both of them.
No, sure, that is true. I would have gone to an injury.
But so you might have got one kill, but it actually only would have won a 1 point move. So you have to think about dice, what points are in swing. And, of course, the points on that corner, Necron, were huge.
Because that would be a bonus point for you, plus removing hold more for me.
That was a 2 point swing.
Yeah.
So I see somebody saying, I rolled much better, but that's ridiculous. But
Sure.
But I understand, people kind of have funny perceptions. They think, if you kill, that's good, or if you don't kill. And obviously, you got the kill on the Dire Avenger Exarch with the Necron in melee, which was also definitive for game winning. Yeah, and your armor saves.
Well, yeah, I mean, because I have good armor.
Yeah. Well, they're 4s, but you made more than half of your 4s.
My Lich Guard is 3s. Yeah, cool.
Oh, yeah. But
I think ultimately it did come down to two things. One, that fight in the corner where I had to spend 4 CP to fight first.
Right. You've been saving them all for that occasion.
Reroll, or did I only spend 3?
No, you spent 4. I believe you spent 4 because you did a reroll and you spent the 2. You went down from 5 to 1. I thought it all happened right there. Maybe I'm wrong.
I can't remember how I spent the other one.
Yeah, you don't really have another command point, so maybe we're wrong. Maybe it was only 3. But you spent 4 in the last seconds of the game.
Yes, I did. Yeah. And that got the kill, which was really, really lucky.
Yeah.
That was kind of it. And then obviously the other big swing. We were 2 minutes away from the round ending.
Yeah. So
where we went to turn 4. At which point we asked Alex, do we play the next one or do we stop? He said, there's 15 minutes until round 2.
So we could
do you want
finished,
to keep going? We could have
and
finished,
usually
I
opt for that. But because it was tied, I thought I don't know. I just thought it was more. I don't know.
So we
rolled off.
We rolled off, and we actually thought you had the win.
We thought I had the tiebreaker.
Which I was totally okay with.
So I thought I was going to win then, or win at the end, and then I realized that I'd made a miscalculation. I did not have the win.
So by not making that Fire and Fade to pick up that final bounty token.
Oh yeah, and again, when I sort of saw it in the shooting phase, I'm like, well, I'm not going to ask to do it because I got another round, so it doesn't matter. And then
sure.
So it has, whatever, this and that, and that's how you lose a game. It was a tough list. And so I had to play a tight game with you, I feel like.
Right.
Now, of course, every now and then you just get great dice, and then a lot of things die.
Oh, that's brilliant.
I've never had a game against Necrons where I didn't kill 2 or 3 the first turn.
Right.
And so that's when they're saying, I rolled much better. I killed nothing the first turn.
Neither of us
with
did,
a D side. I mean, yeah.
Yes.
But
that
my potential to kill is
very high.
Very, very high.
I mean, you had 2 Flamers and a D-Scythe in that list.
Yeah.
And they did nothing.
No,
you got a kill with the Flamer. The Lich Guard at the end. But that was it. That was it.
There you go.
But equally, I didn't make a single
I think
range kill.
Yeah, there was a lot of
And that was a range kill list. That was my intention, to take you out before you charge me.
Right. Well, you know what? The thing you got to think. I gave you the Exarch to shoot at a lot, and you took a lot of your shots at the Exarch.
I did. Yeah.
He's got the 4-up invuln. He's got 2 wounds.
Yep.
So I really like how he soaks up your hits.
Yes.
Right.
Well, he's a scary model. I mean,
you got to. I mean, against the Necrons, you work real hard to keep that, because even if you're going to get the roll, almost all your injury rolls would have been 5-6 to kill. Because virtually everything was.
Everybody was behind cover pretty much all the time.
So yeah, I mean, I think you got to expect you're going to kill a little bit less there, but your advantage is that with the list you had, I've got to stay a little bit more back from you.
Yes.
Because I need to be in cover, or you will cut me up, and you don't as much. So,
No, yeah,
that's what happened.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that's why you are having hold more every turn, because I was
You had to
working
stay
hard
back.
to make
Yeah.
it hard for you to kill me, and that that went as planned. But
Yeah.
you were going to get the control points
Yeah.
as a result of that.
And then you didn't get the kills.
I didn't get the kills immediately,
Which
although I ultimately
You did,
I
you
got
did.
enough kills. Like
You
I
did.
got enough kills,
Round two, you got
even
two
with
kills.
like
Round three, you
shaky
beat me
dice. Yeah, I mean I had enough to kind of get it here and there. So that was.
How do you think you would have changed things if I'd taken the flayed ones?
I'm more confident against the flayed one list. I think that
I think a lot of people are afraid of the flayed ones because they are very, very good in
I
combat.
practiced them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Whereas
And
taking seven
the
warriors is
flayed
weird.
ones have such a hard time with that Wraith card.
Sure.
And so
Did you make
the
2 on
game
saves,
plan,
right?
well, no, he's only a 3 up save, but I mean,
okay.
you need 5s to wound him. It takes it takes 6 flayed ones.
Re-rolling wounds.
6 flayed ones need to attack, assuming they're all hitting on 3s and wounding on 3s, which sometimes they're not, and assuming that they all get to re-roll their hits, which they don't always.
And of course, you have an auto-hitting weapon, which nobody wants to charge.
Well, you got to charge it. So generally speaking, what happens there is you come close, I stay back, shoot at you. Second round, you charge him. Very unlikely that you kill him. Third round, he steps away, and you've got a big clump of guys who aren't doing anything. He also gets to step away and shoot for free, so he probably shoots and gets a little bit of action. But the key point is he locks up one area of the board that gives me a lot of freedom of movement, which is otherwise the problem against Necron warriors.
Yeah.
So that list was really designed for the flayed ones, and my thought was, I could adapt to the range, and we did. I mean, it was.
Yeah.
I mean, really, the game plan was good. It just, if you don't remember to pick up your relic token,
There were definitely some there for you to
and then
pick
you don't.
up.
There were 2 problems, and they both happened. So then you.
Although to fluff myself a bit, I did allow you to change a move you made.
Oh yeah,
to,
absolutely.
To sit on these.
No. I mean, I think that
more high
normally-
ground winning.
No, and I think that I was. There was a time when you had 2 guys within 2 inches, and I'm like, hey, move that guy back, otherwise he's gonna.
A gentlemanly game.
That's what
A
you have to do.
gentlemanly
I mean, I don't
game.
think nobody doesn't play that way.
Awesome.
I mean, I bet if I'd asked to do the Fire and Fade later, the 3rd round you would have given it to me.
Oh, totally.
Yeah. So
I'm surprised you
but
didn't.
I didn't because I was like, well, I got the 4th round. So
You did mention it at the end. You were like, oh, I should have, but then obviously we were way past the
we were a
shooting
bit
phase
beyond
then.
it, so it's all good.
Awesome.
Well,
Thank you very
yeah,
much.
Yeah,
Cheers.
good.
A good one. Okay, hello, Beerinids. We just played Tyranids on Necrons. I went flayed ones instead of my warriors, which I did in the first game. What did you do?
I brought not big bugs. I was thinking about big bugs, and then I brought a more smaller kind of ballist. But it didn't work out that good.
You did have some big bugs.
I did. I had the 2 lictors and the warrior.
In fact, in your previous roster, you didn't have a warrior, right?
I did have warriors. I just never used them yesterday.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. In that, how do you feel the game went?
Where am I right now? What is kill team? That's how I felt. I mean, I was making mistakes all the time, playing sloppy, and I wanted to play you for a long time, so I kind of feel bad about that you're getting me after 6 games yesterday, and then 2 games today or whatever. So my bad.
Honestly, it's only been 2 games today, but yesterday was 6 games.
Yeah, I'm dead.
Nuts.
Like I was just telling somebody, it feels like I helped my mom move or something. Like I'm sore, I don't know how kill team can hurt this bad.
But it does.
Yes.
Physically and emotionally.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Andy's taller. He's getting taller. What's happening?
No, I'm short. It's fine. I'm used to it. Okay, so was there anything in there that you think actually was like a misplay? Like a genuine, not dice, just, I screwed up?
Pretty much the whole game. I didn't play very well. Yeah, I wasn't able to go for the back much more. I think Tyranids start strong, but then they get a little bit weak, and that's the thing is I was set for Deathwatch until a few days ago, and then I finished up painted nids and stuff. I was painting in the bathroom the night before last to get done in the hotel. So yeah, it's just I need to remember some of my sequencing stuff. I need to remember some of the tactics, when to use them. Like I should have held back for rapid regeneration on one of the kills that you were going to get or something like that. Because you're a killing team, you're re-rolling hits, you're re-rolling wounds. I know it's happening. Like you're going to get to the injury roll, so I need to survive that. So just stuff like that. And then also, I think the list needs a bit more tweaking. But I think I'm onto something here, which I'm kind of excited about because it's not spam, it's not completely big bugs. It's a nice take-all-comers list. I think it's like you want like a killy core, you want some shooty termagants in the back, and I really am starting to think that a adrenal gland hormagant is really important because they're going to allow you to get a pre-charge off that allows the other guys. And also, this is my first time really running the behemoth subfaction. I've been cracking this whole time.
So I was going to ask.
Yeah.
Why? Because Kraken's so good.
I was finding that Kraken was really good in positional, but in the kill, with this board setup being kind of sparse, if I don't make that charge,
you're screwed.
And there's anybody shooting, I can lose. With a 5-up save, I can lose a 3-wound model like nothing.
Yeah, sure.
So it's like they need to get in. So I think that like I'm getting closer to the solution here to the good mid list. I just didn't have it in time for the Super Bowl of kill team events.
Sure.
And other people here are so practiced right now that it's like I think they deserve
Some people
it.
here know what they're doing.
Yeah.
I can see that, and it scares me. I'm going to be honest. Was there anything else really?
Necrons are stupid good. The Flame Ones rerolling hits and wounds. It's
crazy.
Amazing.
Yeah, no, so you're right. You have your issue as Big Bugs is low armor saves. You've got lots of wounds, but I'm totally okay with that. Because I will get to 3 hits.
Yes.
And you have to make those armor saves. And it's like, yeah.
So here's the thing. The Necrons and the Custodies were my most feared matchup because you guys are going to totally deny kills a lot of times, which I tried something out. I took that apart, but a lot of times I was expecting more Lich Guards from you.
Oh, okay.
And that's what I was afraid of. So I was happy to not see a bunch of those set down. But you guys are able to get the kills, and you have that staying power. So you just stay on the objectives forever.
Yes. Well, to be fair, like one of my flayed ones stayed like right until the last second, like right till the last with 2 flesh wounds. So I think you just weren't, you weren't rolling 6s for the you rolled 1 6 for the injury.
Something like that, yeah.
Throughout the whole game.
Yeah.
Everything else was just you weren't getting the 4s or 5s.
Yeah, and it's like,
well, you killed 5 models. You got half my team plus flesh.
Yeah.
So, you were killing, but
it's just that, I think that Tyranids, the way that they tend to be able to do positional involves bodies, which in this format is points for you. So that's hard. So it's kind of what do I do? Do I put everything into killy suddenly? Sure. That's kind of like something I tried yesterday. I just went massive, get in combat, be really kind of buff once I get there, 5 attacks, rerolling ones, but I didn't do that well. I did good in the morning, and then it's like, I hope it was tiredness because I just started sucking, man.
To be
getting
fair,
tabled on stream by the infamous Janice Gillum was not
as a Yanni, you don't really count those games. You expect to lose. Like on table 1, we've got Aziani against Bloodlessers.
Okay.
All blood, it's crazy. It looks like a crazy match over there. Anyway, that's probably us done.
Okay.
So cheers for that.
All right.
Hello. Right. Deathwatch, Necrons, obviously. You know that by now. How did it go?
I thought it went pretty well. It was pretty well matched midway through.
Sure.
You tied up my frag cannon.
Yes.
And that pretty much made the difference, I think.
So interesting, you only had 1 frag cannon.
Yes.
Which I feel you could have done with more.
I could have probably brought 1 more.
Okay.
Knowing you were going to bring a lot of flayed ones.
Sure.
I didn't think that was the brightest thing for me to do.
Okay.
I thought having storm shield was better.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
Even though you did take one of them out, turn 2. Yes, you did. But for the most part, my other one did extremely well against you. So
no, that's true.
Yeah.
I think when I got into combat with you, I generally killed you.
Yes.
And I got some pretty lucky injury rolls there.
Yes.
I don't think I put a single flesh wound on you, actually, did I?
No.
So I either killed you or missed.
Nothing at all.
Yeah.
Yes.
Obviously, you were making great armor saves because you got the 3-ups.
Yes.
Whereas I have 0 AP.
Yeah.
I do have a Lich Guard in this list. He did nothing the entire game except hold up your frag cannon because you got super unlucky.
Very unlucky, yes.
I think turn 1 you only rolled like 2 hits.
Yes.
So you only did 1 wound to him, which I didn't save.
Yes.
Turn 2, you got 6 hits.
And you saved
6 hits.
Every one of them.
5 wounds, and I saved them all with a reroll.
With a reroll.
I had to reroll, but that was over.
Yes,
crazy.
that was.
And then that means you had a Lich Guard on a point and scoring me reconnaissance the entire game, stopping your frag cannon from getting onto the point. And that was probably where it went wrong for you, I feel.
Yes.
In that your frag cannon was held up, and so therefore I was scoring hold more every turn.
Every turn, yes.
Yeah.
Now I was getting kill more every other turn.
Yes, you were, yeah.
But that just wasn't enough.
I was doing really bad at killing, really.
Yes.
But my shooting, I don't think I hit you once.
I think you hit me, but I don't think you wounded me once.
Yeah, probably.
It was pretty. Yeah, your shooting was bad this time around.
Yeah. To be fair, I was shooting long range, so
Yes.
a single shot each, and obscured every time.
Yes.
Oh, and I broke.
Oh, at the end you did break the last turn. Yes.
Yeah, so I was broken at the end of turn 3. But Necrons, you hadn't killed enough that I had to actually make a check.
Yes.
So that was lucky.
Yes.
So I was just -1.
Leadership 10 is pretty good. So.
Oh yeah, it's really good. It's really good. You don't really think about it almost. You think, obviously it's hard to break in the first place.
Yes.
But then even if you do break, you probably won't shake.
True.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
So that's what's so nice about having your leadership 10.
it's great.
Definitely.
Do you think there was anything that you did wrong in that? So ignore the dice rolls. The luck of that Lich Guard, etc. Was there anything you did wrong specifically?
Yes, I probably should have taken that frag cannon and contested and made you charge me earlier.
Yeah, sure. So I would agree. So I did not want to charge that frag cannon, as you could tell.
Yes.
So
For the reason that happened.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you could have just moved on to that point. I wasn't blocking the point from you, I think.
No.
So you could have just been on it.
Been
just
on
moved,
it. Yes.
Then you'd have contested. I think I still would have been scoring hold more, but obviously you would have then played other things different, etc.
Yes.
So okay, fair enough. Oh, and then there was a clutch charge I had right at the end.
Oh, yes.
Where I managed to tie up one of your guys who was already in combat that you would have fallen back from to be on a point
On the
to
point
contest.
and contest that way, exactly.
And then I wouldn't have got that.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Well, thank you very much. Good game.
You're welcome. All right.
Hello, okay, so, Demons, Pink Horror Spam.
Yes.
Tell me about it. How did it go?
Better than I expected. I came in here thinking that people kind of were already practicing about this. This was kind of the list everyone had talked about. So,
Yes.
So
It was
in
a
my
scary list.
Right.
Scary list.
And so in my mind, I think felt everyone had an answer.
And of course, do you want to point out the sub-faction, the special sub-faction?
Right. The Lotus of Trickery was a +1 to leadership.
So make them all leadership based.
Right.
Yeah.
It mattered once in the whole tournament.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Only one time did I roll a 9, and it mattered.
Right. Right.
Or my apologies. I rolled an 8.
And yeah,
I would have broke. Yes.
Would have been a break if you didn't have it. Okay, interesting. So, how did our game go?
Well, despite you constantly assuring me that I had this game in the bag, I didn't believe you.
I thought you did.
We were neck and neck all the way to the end, and I mean, really, we were.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, your guys were dying,
Yes.
which is what happens with Pink Horrors. But
I was holding.
then there's just a million models on the board.
Right,
Now they're not really doing anything unless you get
just-
super lucky.
Right.
But it means you're always getting hold more.
Right.
Right.
Always.
I think you scored that every time.
Absolutely, yeah. Everyone except the last round.
For the last when
Because
you
I broke, right.
Yes.
Right.
And then I think you only passed with like one model, didn't you?
Right.
The nerf test.
Yes.
So that was obviously where it went wrong. Otherwise, you probably would have had it. It was the break that killed you.
Yes, absolutely. If I don't know how it would have all. I mean, we could have scored it out, but I think it would have still been a close game no matter what. Maybe I would have eked out by a point or something like that. So.
Sure. I also got pretty lucky in the sense that you moved one of your blue horrors onto my objective, and in this particular mission, there's a bonus objective that everybody gets. It's like a secondary, but everyone has it.
Right.
It's almost like a primary. But if you kill a model that is on an objective on your side of the board, you get an extra VP.
And that was probably a mistake on my part. I was trying to deny you a point there, and I didn't think about the fact that there I shouldn't probably be denying you. I should probably be just leaving that guy where he was at. And then that last round, I really should have pulled everyone out of combat. I had an opportunity to limit the number of things you could kill. I could have held off kill more. Maybe I think you might have killed one in shooting. Maybe
in the final round, I did. Yes.
But you also killed a couple in melee as well.
I think I did, yeah.
So I think I could have got kill more out of the way.
Yeah.
But I also didn't kill one, which was unlucky.
Yeah.
Because my psychic phase. You got your 6, you got your reanimation protocols.
But you rerolled into a flesh wound, didn't you?
Did I? You're right.
Maybe.
You're right.
Yeah.
Oh, it's hard. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows?
That's why it's nice to have it on stream. And go back and watch
figure it out. Yeah. No, I mean, this is the last game of the day.
I'm tired.
Yeah. I'm done with Kill Team. Never playing it again until tomorrow. No. Do you think there was a particular turning point? Because genuinely, I thought you had it. Like you killed a lot turn 1, or well, you killed 2 models, whereas I killed nothing.
Right.
So I was a bit concerned, and I was like, that's not good.
Right. It went very well for me.
Yeah, but then I guess I just started getting killed.
Yes, and we discussed this after the game, and I agreed with you wholeheartedly that I could have done more to deny you points.
Yeah.
And I just didn't think about it. I was so focused on making sure my secondaries were being scored, which I maxed, and making sure that my hold more, kill 1 were being maxed, which I did very well with that, almost maxing those things. But I just did not ignore your models that were getting reconnaissance in the back there.
Yes.
And I could have taken that.
Yeah, because they were getting reconnaissance and recon sweep every turn.
And all I needed was to send a blue or a brimstone out there to go Cybolt it.
Psychic.
Done. Out of here.
Yeah,
Get out of here. What are you doing?
I mean, you got one of them killed on the Overwatch.
That was fantastic. Fantastic.
But apart from that, it was so close. I don't think there was a turning point, really. It was just 1 or 2 plays, 1 or 2 rolls,
and then
the game would have been changed.
The break test.
Obviously the break.
Yes, absolutely.
Obviously the break. And then I think actually I started getting kill more quite consistently when I was just mowing through the horrors.
Right.
Because with the flayed ones, you're rerolling hits and wounds.
They're easy. Yeah.
And so
Definitely.
It was one of those games where I genuinely think there wasn't the turning point, as I say. It was just we grinded it out, and at the end, one of us won, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
It was definitely a grind.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
Hello, Alex. Hello. Yeah, thank you. So, we haven't played. Most normally when I do this, I'm doing it just play something. But we're talking to you because you have just come first. Is that right?
I believe so, by like a couple points, yes.
Okay, and you were playing Drukhari?
I was playing Drukhari.
What were you Rax bound?
Against Custodes, I took 2 grotesques. I would like to say I had as many grotesques as I had. I had 3 racks. It was almost grotesque spam. I'm trying for it.
No, that's really good. So I had heard that was something you were going to do. I can't remember who told me that. Maybe it was Spirit. But he said that if you had a list specifically for Custodes, which was two grotesques and
we did a leader activist, 2 plain racks, 2 grotesques, no liquefiers on them, and then 2 mandrakes.
Okay.
So you stick 2 or 3 guys in the back, you deep strike the 2 mandrakes, and then you meet in the middle with the 2 grotesques, and you hope that the Custodes can't take out the grotesques.
Sure.
They're tough as 5. They've got 4 wounds. 4 wounds is rare.
4 up involved, 5 up field, 6 up field.
I rolled really hot on that game. But by the math, on average, they should last 2 rounds against the Custodes to combat. But
they were last in the whole game, were they?
No. I actually got a kill. I can't believe it.
Oh, nice.
But the idea was just deny them kills. Because otherwise, what else am I going to do? Just feedbacks. I don't have the roster space to feedback.
Okay, right. And that final game you just played, what was that? Who was that against? How did it go?
That was Dakota with Eldar. That was a tough matchup.
He's been playing hot. He's been doing well,
with 2 Banshees, 2 or 3 Scorpions. He had a lot of close combat, and I brought Flamers, and his Howling Banshees don't care about my Flamers.
No, they do not.
So I got a lucky roll for decisive move. I got to charge into his Howling Banshee Exarch, and just sort of tied that up so I didn't have to deal with that as much. Got the combat activist I had with a electro-corrosive whip and liquefier. One of my MVPs managed to have 2 flesh wounds by the end of the game and still survive. It was really close until the end of the 3rd, and I got a couple flamer shots that took a couple models out. Dakota broke, and it was very quick. That breaking is really
critical.
But this is today is as many times as I played Drukhari in the past. I played today. So
you played
Eldar.
Okay, all right.
Played against Eldar. I'm a little frazzled.
Yeah, we all are. It's a long day. Okay, so I guess the big thing then is that I believe the way tomorrow is working, it's a cut to top 8, and that means there's 8 of us. We're playing 4 rounds, so 4 games, so everybody plays everybody. Right? Well, I mean, that's what it is, right?
I have no idea.
I believe it is.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
You're going to have to face me. Necrons, how do you feel?
So Necrons, you have a lot of flayed ones, don't you?
So I have 2 lists. One is Flayed One spam, one is Warrior spam. I haven't decided what I take against. I haven't thought about Drukhari. I haven't played against Drukhari. I played as Drukhari. I haven't played against Drukhari.
I took the last minute roster decision I had. I had 20 models on my roster. Was I going to take 3 Mandrakes or 3 Incubi? I think the Incubi are better against Necrons. I think the Mandrakes are better against Tau. I went with. I was more worried about Tau than I was about Necrons, and I rolled poorly on that.
Players here? I think there's one.
No.
But that's crazy, yeah. There are no Tau players. Really.
That's the thing about tournaments. It's you've got 4 games. Every faction is represented. If you get lucky and you play against the factions you're strong against, you're going to do much better than if you get. And so I haven't had to play Necrons. I haven't had to play Tau. I haven't had those really tough matchups yet.
To be fair, you've been going against Asiana, right?
Yeah, those are
really
very
strong.
Very strong. Yes.
So I faced one Asiani and I only just won, and it was luck of the dice, really. But you've been facing them all day, I assume.
I got lucky twice, yes.
Okay, well that does happen, yeah. Okay, well awesome. Thank you very much. I look forward to our interview tomorrow after our game and seeing who's won. Cheers.
Absolutely.
Hello, Alex. So, let's get this out of the way. What's your podcast? Your YouTube channel? What's it called?
We just launched Strategic Advantage not that long ago, Emmanuel and I.
Yes, cool. We've already plugged it once. We'll plug it again soon.
We'll plug it all day long. Let's do it.
Nice. So, we haven't played.
Yes.
But at the end of the 4 rounds, the cut to top 8, Alec came first with Drukhari. We've just heard from him. You came second with
Adeptus Mechanicus.
Nice. Okay.
I don't think that surprises anyone that's what I took.
No, yeah, that is true. But I think it's actually really cool that AdMech made it this far. Mm-hmm. Made it not just top 8, but second.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised by that. So I'm not going to explain it again, but we will face each other tomorrow.
Will we?
Yeah. So I just explained this to Alec. But basically, the way BTP works is it won't pair you against the same person twice.
Well, I heard a rumor that they might be doing like 1v8, 2v7, like do a single elimination bracket. I have no idea. Rumor mills of fire. We'll see what happens tomorrow.
We could ask the people that decide, but let's just not. Okay, well, we might be facing each other.
I'd really like to.
That would be fun, definitely.
If we do single elimination and we both get knocked out, we should have a friendly.
Yeah. Definitely. Oh, we could record it. Right, let's
That'd
focus. Let's focus.
Yes. Hi, people.
Okay. How did you feel about the day? What did you have to face? Did you have to take down Asiani multiple times?
No, just the first. Just the last time. First I faced Pink Horror Spam. That was a slog. It ended up I won by just a couple points, I think. And
I just faced him. He was my final battle.
Yeah. He was awesome. And we only made it through turn 3, just like with loads of shooting from me and loads of splitting and movement from him. And then round 2, who did I play?
It's all a blur.
It's all a blur.
I know.
Round 3, I played Thousand Suns. Round 2, I played Gene Stealer Cult. He did a real good cult ambush into decisive move to charge my sniper nest.
Okay.
Blind charge, shut down my sniper comms.
Nice.
But then I had a lot of nasty rolls, ended up taking 3 models out of action and 3 flesh wounds, and he broke. And it was, he only had
that'll
one.
happen.
Yeah, and so he and I just went through the motion, but he was like, you've got this. And then I play, I think it was James. He's a number 8 with Thousand Suns.
Oh, okay, TSons, yeah.
And played him and did really well against him.
Yeah.
The MVP of that game was a Corpuscari who blocked one of the 3-inch corridors.
Oh, okay.
And looked at his Zangors and challenged them to charge him.
Very nice.
That was probably the key play there. And against Janus, holy crap! I think.
Is that because of Janus or because of Azayani?
I think Janus.
Oh, okay.
Well, Azriani too, but I mean Janus is a phenomenal player.
Yes. I'm scared.
Yes, you should be.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had a very anemic round 1 shooting.
I've had
round 2 and 3. She started to pull ahead. She had a 2-point lead going into round 3.
Okay.
And then round 4, things just didn't go her way. My 2 Fulgurites finally got in and did what they needed to do.
Yeah.
Took a couple objectives away from her, and she whiffed her injury roll on the Star Cannon.
Right. Okay.
And I ended up holding 3 objectives to her 1, and she broke 2.
Oh wow. Okay. So that's What was the actual score though?
19-16 or thereabouts.
Oh, so still pretty close.
Still pretty close,
Even though it turned,
Yeah.
it was actually close up
Yeah.
until the turn, I see.
Yeah.
Awesome. Who do you reckon for tomorrow? Who do you think is going to win? Apart from yourself. Can't be you. Who would you peg?
I think everyone has a shot at it, to be honest.
Okay.
Anyone that's in that top 8 is good. I mean, I've played Michael before. I've played Alec before.
Yep.
I've played James today.
Yep.
I've played Janice now. I really don't want to play Janice again. That game was terrifying.
Yeah.
And then I don't count because I don't play myself.
Sure.
So that's 5 people that I think all honestly have a shot. I don't know who the other 3 are, but I think it's anyone's game.
Yeah, honestly, I think... So I'm not going to say a person, but I would say I think... Well, statistically, Azayani, because there's so many of them.
Well, you're in Vegas. You're just playing the odds.
Yeah. But I do think Azayani is really strong. So I kind of want to be proven wrong. I'd actually love to see Mech on top. I said this to you. I said this to you earlier. They just announced the new the horse models.
I'm so excited for that.
They're dogs.
And it's perfect because I think one are dogs and one are horses or something like that.
So my understanding was because they're called Cerberus. That's the clue,
that makes
right?
sense.
But they look like horses.
So for
anyway.
me, they're going to be horses, and my team is actually the Cogboy Cowboys.
Okay.
So they're horses.
They look like horses.
I'm going to figure out some way to green stuff cowboy hats on.
Oh, very nice. Oh, you know what? We'll talk about this off camera. Anyway, awesome. I will see you tomorrow. No doubt the camera will see you tomorrow as well when we play each other, if we do. Right, have a good one, guys. So, it's the morning of day 2. I made top 8. You've probably already heard that in the video by now. My first opponent is I say kid in an endearing way. I'm going to call him Alex the Kid. He's a bright young spark, it seems, and super good at kill team. Apparently he won a Adepticon or something, but he was never really active in either mine or Beeranid's channels or in Discord, so I think nobody kind of knew about him. But he's running Azayani. I'm terrified. I genuinely don't think I'll beat him. I think he's probably too good. Now, here's where meta tactics come into play. I know he's running Azayani. I know he doesn't have a Wraith Guard on the list. So that means no heavy D3 also hitting. So that might be something I want to consider. I genuinely feel against Azayani, the warrior list was the right way to go against Michael T. Holy. However, I know that in all of his games, he has taken Steadfast. That is the secondary objective where if you hold one objective for the whole of the game, you get 3 points at the end. I'm thinking what I want to do is run Recon Sweep. Oh, actually, I don't know which mission we're playing. Which mission we're playing will dictate this a bit. But basically, I want to run Flayed Ones, and the sole goal with all of my Flayed Ones is to take the 2 objectives on his side so that he won't be scoring them for the entire game. That's all I'm going to try and do. I don't really care about getting the kills. Obviously, those would be nice. But I'm hoping to just overwhelm him. He's going to have 7 Flayed Ones and a Lich Guard in his face. Turn 1 kind of thing. Well, turn 2. Which is always very concerning, because he's definitely going to take 2 Flamers. 100%. And then he's going to have a round of shooting against me. and I have to just survive. Survive! I don't think I will. I don't know what else he's going to take, but I know that's my goal. Stop him from getting steadfast. I'll probably take recon sweep, again depends on the mission. Reconnaissance has done me well, but as I'm running all of my flayed ones over to his side, I probably won't be able to get it every turn. Again depends on the mission, depends where the objectives are in relation to the sides. If the objectives are able to be captured whilst I have a model next to the side of the board, perfect. Oh, I also know he's going to be taking a heavy weapon platform, a star cannon, standard. Michael didn't take one, interestingly, but he will. I don't really have an answer for that. I just have to stand there and get shot. However, it does mean he's going to have a really solid line of fire right down the middle of the board, so I can't put my standard immortals in that line of fire. Again, that depends on the map. I'm going to have to figure out what's what there. Anyway, I expect to lose, but I'm okay with that because it means the rest of the day I'll go check out the con downstairs and I will chill out, and hopefully I'll play in the Octagon, and I will also just get some games in, kind of in the corner, not playing in the pods, not playing in the top 8, just anybody that walks by, have a quick game. Anyway, you'll be hearing the next clip is going to be the outcome of our match. So let's see who's won.
Hello. Okay, hello Alex. You were playing Eldar. How did the match go?
At first I was a little whiffed hard on with the big dude, so I ended up killing him. So that ended up swinging me in my favor. But then
I was pretty concerned at that point.
Yeah, I was concerned. I had a brain fart, rolled for the decisive move instead of the decisive strike. Wasn't thinking about that, and then just ended up killing you in return. But then down the stretch, just made like a lot of 6s on the reanimation protocols.
I think you must have made 4 in the whole game.
I mean,
to be fair, you took a melter.
That is true. That one I just was hoping for like a lower number.
Sure.
Because like the AP4 was nice, but then like the other ones like with the damage 1 weapons and like the rerolling and still getting it is a pain.
You actually have a lot of D3 weapons in your list, which were just helping me, to be honest.
Well, I thought the D3 weapons would be good. I didn't think that D1 weapons would be good because like you need only a 5, but then I feel like the D3. I mean, I got lucky, ended up rolling the 3 damage a lot of times with the D3 weapons.
No, definitely.
So like more often than not, like I'll get like the 1 or 2, which ended up helping. Like I think I rolled a 2 or a 4 once, which gave me 2 dice, which I ended up killing your guy with. So like I thought like the 1 to 2 range for the D3 weapons would be good, and obviously a lot of times I rolled the 5 or 6, so that one kind of sucked. But then other than that, I mean, they came with the AP3, which is nice on the played ones.
Oh, I wasn't able to make many saves, that's for sure. But then it didn't matter because
I just like rolled like the 6 damage every single time, so it kind of sucked. And like it was so disheartening, like rolling the 3 and then like having like them all be 6s and everything like that.
I know, because of course we're taught if we play Kill Team, a 6 on the injury is great. But then nope, not against Necrons.
Exactly.
It's such a because you have that moment of, oh my god, yes, and then it's like,
exactly. And my plan was to like spend the dice to re-roll them, but then like I would re-roll into a flesh wound, which like obviously didn't help for the kill or everything like that, which just sucks.
Fair enough. Do you think, I think you kind of nailed it. You shouldn't have tried to decisive move against me.
The decisive strike
because that meant you couldn't decisive strike. To be fair, it kind of worked out well for you because you got the kill and I only got flesh wounds.
Like 9 times out of 10, it would have been better to just like decisive strike.
Oh no, 100%. 100%. Like you probably should have died, but you didn't. You got lucky. But then you didn't manage to take a one of my flayed ones out. He was scoring me recon sweep every turn.
Which was just. I know I couldn't kill him. And I think it was like turn 2. I slung like a Melta, my leader, and then a plasma grenade, and my other dude at that one flayed one on the point, and like no flesh wounds at all. So that kind of just kind of sucked. I mean, it's fine. It's like a dice game, but
sure, dice.
Yeah,
dice. There's nothing to do about that.
Yeah, exactly.
But apart from that mishap at the beginning, I don't think you really made any mistakes apart from in possibly, as we said, roster building. You probably wanted to go with less multi-damage weapons. I think that's it.
I feel like the melting gun was a poor choice. I had a brain, like I had the ability to move. I should have just moved outside of 6 inches. But then, like I feel like the D3 was like the best choice, especially like
D3 is not bad. D3 is not bad.
Because like 66% of the time I'm rolling like a 2 or like
which is statistically better against the Necron than 1. Yeah,
and then I can spend the points to reroll. So I just thought that would be the better option than like the damage one. Like I think Power Sword for the Banshee Exarch is that, and then the Biting Blade for the Scorpion Exarch is damage 1, or it might be damage 2 straight up, which probably would have been a better idea. But then it's only AP2 and gets another like strength is not as good. But
okay, well, thank you very much. Good game.
Thank you for playing.
So, as you just said, Michael C. Holy, if you don't know, again in the same video, playing Eldar again against Necron. We took identical
lists. I changed one of my secondaries to Recon, which you had told me I should take last time, and you were right.
Well, it's a good one. You're deep striking in there. Anyway, what did you just say?
Well, we're both 5-1 in the tournament.
And I only lost to each other.
Only lost to each other.
So
but I did it in the right order and you did it in the wrong.
Yes. Yeah, I kind of messed up on that one.
I'll tell you beating me probably helped me a lot.
Yeah.
Probably helped me a lot. Because, if we look at what happened to Dakota, having
really
tough rounds all the way through, still doing great, and then getting just crushed in that one.
Yes.
Takes him to 9th place, and with me, I had some opportunities. Now, all the games I played had special challenges, but for full disclosure, one guy I played is actually in last place.
Ooh, okay.
So my strength of schedule is lower, I'm sure, than anybody else in the top 8.
Sure.
So that
submarining is what we
I inadvertently submarine, and I'll tell you the other thing is it's a little bit less stressful to play that way.
Yeah.
You're playing with dudes who are not as you know what I mean?
Competitive.
They're just having fun. And so,
yeah.
like I said, you get to go hang out with the cool people.
Yeah.
Instead
of these losers.
Instead of these assholes on the top table, right?
Okay,
of
so
whom I am one.
We know. Yeah. So how did the game go? Obviously, you won.
The Necron
crushingly.
Well, it went according to plan.
Did you have any misplays for yourself?
I had the same misplay I made last time. I had an opportunity to do a fire and fade.
Yep.
To take a relic and a hold more, and a bonus.
Yep.
And ultimately, that would have made me finish 24. But if you'd had a big comeback in the 3rd round or 4th round, that could have been game deciding. It was a 3-point mistake.
It could, I was actually surprised when you moved the Wraith Guard onto the point instead of picking up the bounty that was right next to it.
I wanted the cover. I wanted the cover, and I wanted if you got the 2 wounds, I wanted you to have to make a 5 injury roll. And so, because those guns are lethal. And you never missed an injury roll with them.
No, it's true. It's true. You were pretty good with your armor saves.
As it turns out, you got the wounds, and then I got the armor saves to match them. We both needed 5s, and we both got them.
Yeah.
But I was definitely concerned that your regular shooting actually is not inconsequential against
No, I had a pretty good first turn where I took a wound off, and I think that shook you a bit. Obviously, you didn't need to, but definitely good to be aware that with that dynasty, my regular gun's are AP -2. That's pretty scary.
It is.
And you don't have an invuln.
Nope. No invuln at all. If I did, I mean, so. But that guy's the right thing to take against Necrons. He's so challenging for Necrons.
Yeah.
They don't charge. They don't have any bonuses to their charges.
No.
So it's a flamer, and it might only be a flesh wound, but even if you get in on him, like he's got a good punch, and then he steps back the next turn and flames you.
Oh yeah, he's not weak in melee at all.
And if you charge from outside of 8, he retreats, and he still shoots.
Yeah, sure.
So there's no answer for him.
I mean, the only real answer would be a Lich Guard with a shield, which is a 4-up invuln, but still only a 4-up.
And that guy's only 4-up, and he's not lethal enough when he gets in there.
No, I agree.
He has to wound on 5s, and he only does 1 damage.
Yeah.
So I added that Wraith Guard D-side to the list purely for the Necron matchup. In my 6 games, I've used it 4 times.
Yes.
Now, one time was kind of not a joke, but I brought a non-competitive list because I was playing a guy who obviously had a very non-competitive list. And so I was like, I'm just going to bring this for fun. It's such a trip to get it twice. But then I played a big bug list.
Yeah.
No, I didn't bring it there. I brought it against the Grey Knights.
Okay.
That was a last-second audible. It did well. It didn't kill anything, but it kept him. Yeah, he ultimately killed it with the silencer, believe it or not.
Oh, okay.
But he did put 2 silent bolts and 3 command points into trying to maximize the silent bolts. He got a lucky ultimate to save him in that game, and it kept the middle of the board clear. And they did that charge from outside, and I retreated. And then we look, he's like, "Wait, you can still shoot?" And I'm like, "Turns out." So then he had to stay clear. It kept him on his side of the board. And that kept the game close, and that gave me a chance. Ultimately, I won that with some very bold charges with my charging units. That I needed some dice to get my way, and they did.
So, as a Necron player, with my 2 lists available, obviously I took Warriors against you both times. I still think it was the right choice. Because I don't want to close with you, and you've got Flamers on there. But if I were to play again, I would go Flayed Ones just to see what happens. Because obviously the challenge there is closing, but once I close, I kill. Well, I would.
Yeah, and what I do is, as you saw this time, I abandon one side.
You just complete it. Yeah,
and I probably use the Scorpion or perhaps the Banshee as a roadblock in these narrow passageways that boxes you up. The other side's got the Wraith Guard and it pushes forward.
Yeah.
It's a tough setup.
I mean,
so it's not even like you close and then you kill. You close and then I do my trick.
Yeah, sure. It was a pretty crushing defeat for me, which, to be honest, is how I usually do against Eldar. So I'm not surprised.
You got 2 Eldar wins. And against Alex, that kid's a good player, but he had no experience with Necrons.
I agree, that was his downfall. It was purely his multi-damage weapons that let me win. If it hadn't been for that, I don't think I'd have won.
But look out, I mean, that kid, we're going to see him. What's his last name?
It's a tough one.
I don't know it off the top of my head, but
I call him Alex the Kid.
I just call him the Kid, yeah.
Okay,
that's it, man. He's an awesome guy. Going to NYU next year, came here with his dad.
Oh, yeah, really bright spot.
Right kid.
You didn't see it. So I was trying to figure out whether or not one of my guys was in range, and they were up on the 4-inch tower. And how do I work that out? I try to measure from base to base. How does he do it? Pythagoras theorem.
That's awesome.
He measures from along and then down, and then works out the. I'm like, God damn, he beat me. Okay, well, he beat me morally and mathematically.
No, watch out for him. If he remains interested in Kill Team, he will. We'll see him around.
Definitely.
So
awesome.
Anyway,
well, thank you very much. Good game, good win. This means you're in the final?
I'm in the finals, no doubt about it.
Awesome, very exciting.
And we'll see.
Do we know who against yet?
Alex is up. Alex is up, and it looks unlikely that it's going to drop. So it's pretty.
Oh, okay. I've got to admit, I kind of want Admech to win. I feel like Asiani have had
I think
their
Alex
game.
is really a tough opponent. And I don't have a lot of time to play, so honestly, I'd love to concede and just.
No.
I can't. I know.
We want to see the 2 titans go head to head. It'd be very exciting.
It's you're gonna need good dice to beat him.
Yes, good. Excellent. Thank you very much. Good game.
Thank you.
Hello everybody. So we just finished the 3rd game, which we had thought, I thought was the final. I've got to be honest, I'm really sad that there's another game. You were playing TSons.
Yeah, I was.
Which I think a lot of people actually think is a really strong team for this format.
Yeah, I was shocked I didn't see more actually. I was expecting.
There's 2, I think.
I think so.
Yeah. How did the game go?
It was. I mean, a couple guys just wouldn't die with you. So I mean, it went. I thought it went really well in like the first round, and then it just kind of stayed even. I think that second round where I didn't get a kill. I didn't get a kill and didn't hold a point.
Yes.
And that was
really big.
That's what did it, I think. And that guy hiding down at the bottom. I don't remember the unit, but
it was a Necron Immortal.
Yeah.
Who you had your big Terminator who had both a flamer, strength 5 AP -2 flamer, and Hellfire rack. It's called.
Yeah, I kept firing the rack. I got greedy and
Yes.
paid. Don't fire the Hellfire rack on a Necron,
which is D3 damage. Hence, don't fire it. And he survived right till the final turn when I finally ran away from you, and you psychicked me in one shot, and that was it. But your Terminator, I mean, I just. to rub it in, but did literally nothing that game, did it?
No, I mean he took out those 3 flayed ones right off the bat from the first deep strike.
That was him.
So that was
okay.
huge.
That was really harsh. Yeah,
because that
I actually thought you had it after that.
I did too.
3 guys lost.
Yeah.
That was my entire flank.
He couldn't.
I was like, oh,
yeah,
crap.
they kept living. Like I couldn't.
Yeah.
I couldn't kill a guy the second turn.
No, you're right.
So
yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I don't think I killed him.
That was my thinking.
Yeah, we're fried.
Yeah, it's been a long time. Was there anything that you think you played wrong?
Yeah, I mean, don't
not
fire the Hellfire Rack, I think. I mean, I played Necron earlier yesterday, and I won by like 5 or 6 points.
Okay.
But I could tell from the roster that he was running straight melee, so I took another Flamer.
Sure. Whereas my roster has the option of going range.
You had some range, and the way the map was set up, I thought it would kind of help work as basically another psychic attack, because that
really
Soul
good,
Reaper's got a 36 range, and so you've got those 2 wound units. So, but I think it should have been another Flamer in there. Or
yeah, I kind of agree. I think dropping the Soul Reaper and the Terminator for like 2 flamers.
Yeah, because there are 2 ups on that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Minus 2 AP.
Yeah.
No, I kind of agree. But at the same time, you didn't know what I was going to take. I assume have you practiced against Necrons much?
Just a little bit, not a lot. I mean, I know that I shouldn't be firing a missile rack, but I got greedy. I think the other reason to take that Terminator was it's expensive, but for the 1 point, I can deep strike it anywhere. Whereas,
which did get you a lot of points. Finally,
because I could
when you
make
started
the
getting
response.
the bonus and stuff. Yeah. And you weren't scared of. I've got to say. All his dust is really strong against Blade.
It's brutal.
Really strong.
And this whole tournament, I think every game I've run a Terminator, and mostly it's been the Sorcerer who doesn't get all his dust. So most games, and most games I've only had 1 Rubric Marine that has all his dust, but that's because a lot of other armies have multiple damage weapons and stuff too, and I need that other psychic attack. Because there's everybody that except for me has invulns, and the Rax, the first game I played, that guy's like 4-up invuln, but I like destroyed them. It was like 21-7 because he wasn't getting his Feel No Pains, and I was psychic blasting them off the board, so it was like, it worked.
All right.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay, well, awesome. Thank you very much for the game.
Yeah, thank you. Good game.
I suppose we should mention there was a little bit of mix-up at the end. We thought you had won. We thought it came to.
It was that
1919.
Yeah.
And you got the tie.
Won by a tie, but no, that didn't because
we counted wrong.
Yeah.
That's not the most exciting thing to report there, I suppose. But
there's confusion. That's why.
Yes, if there was confusion, that's why.
I think we're all cross-eyed now. We've been playing, and you've come.
I really don't want to play the final game.
Yeah.
I was actually going to concede because I just don't care if I'm 3rd or 4th. Like, what's the difference? However, somebody pointed out that not because of this event, but because of the ITC rankings.
Yeah.
Potentially, if I concede, my opponent would get full victory points, which
yeah.
might put her ahead of whoever loses here.
Yeah.
So that would be a bit unfair to them.
Yeah.
That's all. Anyway, thanks so much for the interview.
Yeah, no problem,
guys. Hello, Janice.
Hey, everybody.
We just finished a rather frantic game.
Yes, Speedhammer.
Yeah, it was very much the fastest I've ever played, probably.
Yeah.
And why was that? Do you want to explain?
Yeah, because with the time coming close to the award ceremony at LVO.
6:30.
6:30.
To be clear, apparently the TO's got a message saying there is a hard cut-off at 6:30.
Yes, that's correct.
So we had 20 minutes to play again.
Yeah. So we really hammered through 2 rounds of me playing my Azuriani Eldar and Blast playing his Flayed one list. I ended up taking it even though it was an accelerated game.
We stopped at turn 2.
Yeah.
Because that was genuine. I think we had 2 minutes left or something. But I think that was fair. I wasn't going to come back.
Right.
100%. You took 2 flamers and a D-side, same as Michael took against me. And I've got to say, I have no answers for that D-side on my list. It's
I probably would have handled that.
Getting your D sides onto that middle point, I had pivotal point and engagement on front, so I had actually originally planned to swarm that point.
Yeah.
So your flamers were going to devastate me anyway. However, I rolled terribly on my advances.
Yeah.
So I had to change that.
And with the Wraith, I could have walked out of combat at any point and still shoot.
Yeah, devastating. I mean, on the one hand, it's really cool that we get that kind of model in here because we never saw that in Hulk 3. On the other hand, I don't like it because it beat me twice.
Yeah.
And it's super frustrating.
Well, and this event was the first time that Michael T. Holy used the Wraith, whereas
You
really
have used it
in the
before.
meta, I've been the only one running Wraiths.
Yeah. That was. Do you mean in Hulk Kill or in Hulk 3?
In Hulk 3.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And I ran the Wraith Cannon Wraith Guard against Virenid's big bug.
Oh, earlier.
Yeah, in the pods.
Yeah.
And I racked
You
him.
tabled him.
Yeah, I tabled him in turn 3.
It's a great counter.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, how many points was it?
It's 41 points.
So a lot of points, but clearly he's getting the work done.
And at Nova, as people might remember, I ran the Wraith Blade with the axe to lock down a central room.
That was in Arena. Yeah. Excellent. Okay, so regarding our game, I think this officially makes you third in the tournament,
yes,
right?
I think this officially makes me third. Depending how the points shake out, I may get second. Or no, in the tournament, this makes me
in the
third.
tournament.
I was thinking ITC.
Okay.
In ITC, I might...
You're third or second?
I'm second or third in ITC.
Cool.
But in the tournament, I am third.
Great. Well, congratulations. I don't know, I think that means you get an arena box.
I think so. Or something.
Do you have one?
I have arena, but it's always good to have extra.
Because
I'm good friends with the TO of Nova,
Ben Cash.
Ben Cash.
Benny Boy.
And I can donate that to the Nova stuff.
Oh yeah, of course. Oh yeah, good point.
And they would be very happy to have an extra board in terrain for Nova.
Needed. Yeah. Okay, well, before I go off on a tangent about arena, thank you very much. Good game.
Thank you. I would like to play you a full game at some point.
Definitely.
When we can get a chance
game
at some point.
when we're not both frazzled.
Yes.
And we have more than 20 minutes.
Yes. A proper game next time you're stateside or I happen to be in the UK.
Definitely. Thank you very much. Good game.
Thank you.
Hello, here with Kyle.
Yeah.
Kyle, Big Orc Man, a favourite of everybody at SoCal, and now LVO because of this, which is a really cool thing called the Auction, but let's not go into that right now because my channel doesn't talk about fun and happiness. We talk about competitive. So you just won the Sunday pods, which turned out to become a grand tournament.
Yes.
So a full GT, which I believe technically makes you the best player in the world
today.
At the moment. Today.
For
Till
today.
tomorrow.
Until tomorrow, yeah.
What were you running?
All right, yeah.
And how did it go?
I was running freebooters. My list was basically 13 models, and it revolved around 2 flash kits. Okay. So primarily, I had a main flash kit who was with a Choppa in case he got attacked, as well as the Get Finder Squig, and then I ended up with a comms officer from the Ludas, who was a Spanner. So I could end up hitting on 2s normally in the first round without any cover, keeping an ammo squig nearby so you reroll any one miss. Sure. And the weapon profile is kind of insane. So it's strength 6, AP minus 2, 2 damage, so it almost kills anything it hits.
Is it 2 shots, 3 shots?
3 shots base, then you spend a command point for the 4th shot from the heavy specialist.
Do you go with the heavy first, or do you go with the demo first to ensure that?
No, I go with the heavy first. Heavy first, because strength 6 is enough to usually get through most things.
Sure, yeah.
Especially if you hit them 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, sure.
So that hits, usually kills because you get 2 damage dice for the kill dice. Okay. And then you get to roll, and he procs on a 6, he fires again for free at the closest target.
And then you Daka.
Yeah, if he doesn't do that, you Daka.
So if he doesn't do it, you don't Daka with?
Well, not necessarily, because you can roll again afterwards, because it's every time he fires on the roll of a 6, he fires again.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can unfortunately proc it ridiculously. Yes. Now it never does because it's on a 6, but
of course.
It has the potential, so it scares everybody.
Definitely.
But then you Daka to do it again, and once again after that you roll again to see if he fires again. Yes. So he has the potential to fire about 4 times a turn.
Nuts. Has he ever done it?
No.
Okay.
I've never fired more than 3 times a turn. But
that's still a good turn. That's a good turn.
It's 3 models removed from your opponent's kill team in one guy's shooting phase.
Yeah.
And then every time you get a kill,
in any phase of the game, you get +1 to hit for the remainder of that phase for the rest of the free Buddhas. So Grats don't get it, only those with free Buddha tags. But he only generates 1, so it doesn't matter how many models you kill, it's when a model kills a model.
Sure.
So he adds 1 in, so then you fire with the next flash kit the next time you get it, who's now hitting on 3s naturally because of the +1. Again with an ammo squig.
Yes.
So you just kind of rinse and repeat, and by the end of that you have usually a +2 to hitting, and then I've got big shooters, because big shooters are dirt cheap.
6 points, right?
7 points
7
for a big
points.
shooter. Because normally you're hitting on 5s or 6s and nobody
But
cares.
now suddenly
you're
you're
hitting
hitting
on
on
3s
threes, yeah,
with a
yeah,
strength
yeah.
5, 36-inch range weapon.
Crazy.
So one of those guys usually kills something,
Okay.
and you proc it up again to now +3. So you have a orc boy who's running around at 6 points with a bolt gun that hits on 2s.
Crazy. And
Yeah.
can you very quickly tell
Okay.
us, like, which armies did you face off against today? It was 4
yeah.
rounds, right?
Oh my gosh, no, 5. My
Was
brain's,
it a full
my,
5?
5. My brain is fried.
Okay.
Let me see, what did I play? I know I played against 2 guard, so I had to play two separate guard guys.
Okay.
Played against Tyranids.
Did they mainly
Swarm
go
for the first one.
flame or plasma against you?
Everyone was just pure plasma, and then the 2 special characters. Everyone
Yeah,
had
Vaughn
like Gotcha.
and Gottfried, yeah.
Well, one of them only had just Vorn, and the other one had both. But yeah, so those guys, they basically had to incinerate them fast.
Sure.
The one game with Gottfried, he lasted the entire game fighting in the middle with a whole bunch of orcs. We never killed each other.
Great.
So we just kind of tied it up in the middle of the whole thing, and it was kind of a scrum over that. That was probably the hardest fight, just because it was going bad for a while.
Right.
The Tyranid player just tried to rush, but that was
Swarms.
perfect for flash
Was that
kits.
Tyranid?
Yes, it was.
That was Tyranid.
Yeah, which unfortunately just gave me lots of things to shoot that were low toughness, and so I was getting nice procs of plus hits.
Did you play him yesterday?
Yes, twice.
Oh, did you table him twice?
No, I never tabled him.
Oh, okay.
I never quite
Okay.
tabled him. So
Yeah.
yeah, but he beat me once yesterday, and we flipped scores. So we had.
Oh, you beat him. Oh,
I
he
beat him
beat
once,
you.
and then he
Sorry.
beat me. So
Oh, interesting.
It was I think 18-17.
He has
and
been
then
tabled
17-18.
by a shooting orc list this
Oh.
weekend, so he's not having much luck.
I don't think I tabled him. I mean, he got close, but he just hid in a corner.
Oh, this was definitely before today.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Okay. I don't think I
Okay.
tabled him. No.
And then your final game was that Aziani I saw?
Yes, and that was
Ooh.
terrifying. I can't Overwatch, and he had 2
Howling
Howling Banshees in my
Banshees,
face on turn 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I tried to speed bump him with a couple of orcs, and it didn't work so well when you rolled like 10s around him. Problem was, flash kits, people forget, are strength 5 with 3 base attacks.
That's
and
still
tough
good.
4 with 2 wounds and a 4-up save. So 2 flash kits charging in will murder most elves.
Crazy.
So yeah, worst case scenario, if you
do you
can't
think
shoot,
that was
you just
kind of your
fight as an elf.
toughest? What was the toughest fight?
I'd
then,
never
do you think?
fought them before, so it was the scariest one, just because I didn't know what I was going up against.
Oh, but you managed to pull it through. Was it a tough game or?
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
it was tough, and it came down to 2 different dice roll moments. So the Eldar player, he went in and unfortunately missed all of his attacks with his Howling Banshee, so that
Critical.
caused him some major problems. And then at the very end of the game, it came down to 2 points for a kill more, because I didn't kill anyone last turn. He hit my knob and flesh wounded, tried to re-roll, flesh wounded again. So
Right.
and that would have tied him up if he had gotten it.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, no, it was good. It was just. Yeah,
And
it
how
was
do you
scary.
feel? Are you happy?
Yeah, I'm glad.
Excellent,
Orcs win
excellent.
something. I hope GW doesn't watch
I think they won
this.
SoCal as well, but let's not mention that.
Oh yeah. No.
Yeah.
Which list did SoCal?
Yeah.
What was that?
It was a manual with a lot of boys, but more knobs
Was that
than
Evil
usual.
Sun or?
It was the guys that get the faster
Yeah,
speed.
Evil
Yeah,
Suns,
it
yeah.
wasn't shooting. It was the more standard orc
yeah,
list.
yeah.
So Orcs OP? Orcs OP maybe? I don't know. I don't know.
They need to stop the flash kits from constantly rolling those 6s. I think you get it once. Like
Yeah, I'd probably agree.
Yeah, once per flash kit. You shouldn't be able to do it over and over and over again.
And I suppose we should quickly say.
Yeah.
Well, I know that Biren's actually already done a little demo of this, hasn't he? So we're not going to go over it too much. But I did just want to point out that, I think before you got onto my Discord, everybody was just like, "Oh, Kyle was so great. We got to get Kyle in here because everybody just loved the Orctagon."
Yeah.
And you
Everyone
bring
gets to compete.
such this spirit that nobody else seems to. But ignore that.
Okay.
And so I just wanted to thank you, not from kind of
everybody for doing this. It's really cool. And you can win prizes and shots and crazy things.
Alcohol, shots, and purity seals right now.
So thank you very much, Carl. Good job today. And well done. You are officially the best ITC player for Kill Team at the moment.
For one day.
Good job. Good job. This is the final video. This is the end of the tournament. It is the day I fly home. It's been an amazing weekend, long weekend. What's happened? So Azayani came first with Michael T. Holy. Admech came second with Alex Squires, and I believe officially third was Azayani again with Janice, whose second name I don't know but do have, and fourth was Necrons by some unknown player. Now, I don't have any grand thoughts about this. I think Azayani is super strong. I think both Janice and Michael took great counters for my lists, so they totally deserve those wins. That D-Scythe, I just didn't have a way around it, and on that terrain, for some reason, I just never got a blind charge, and that's what I had to get into that. Well, without just relying on luck, which I did attempt and didn't get lucky. So that's fine, because you never want to rely on luck, obviously. So charging a D-Scythe, really bad idea, generally. I'm going to be honest, I never played Admech, which is a bit of a shame, because I would have really liked to see how he was running his list properly. So I can't really give you a huge rundown on the Admech list there. But obviously, whatever he was doing really well. He was dominating it. But yeah, I hear the final was a close game. Unfortunately, I was playing my game at exactly the same time, which is why we don't actually have a final interview with either Alex or Michael T. Holy there, because as soon as they finished, I think Michael T. Holy had to go and sort of flight out or something. So they grabbed their prize and ran away very quickly, so I missed them. But we've seen Michael T. Holy before. It's a shame we didn't get to interview Alex a little bit more closely about his roster, but I'm sure we can find that out if we need to. Almost even more exciting, Michael T. Holy with Azayani won. It's not the hugest shock. And now, whatever this is, LVO. And of course they had one previously, Nova. No, they got shafted in the final round with a short-edge deployment against Town. I guess orcs are really tough. Results inconclusive, maybe? Testament to itself. It kind of makes sense. Anyway, whilst I've been over here at LVO, I picked up some goodies, some new things like trinkets and accessories for Kill Team, which I'm super excited to talk about in another video. Ways to indicate specialists, the little dice that you can turn, that kind of thing. Dice that turn, that's descriptive. Nice. And I think I really have to give orcs their own video at this point, because that's coming out of nowhere, really, which is kind of weird, because it shouldn't,
we've known shooting orcs are a thing for ages, since Elites, and the annual didn't change that. But honestly, the biggest takeaway from this weekend is that hanging out with a bunch of, like, I mean, I think there were 55, 56 people in the end, all playing Kill Team. Everybody was, you know, there were no, well, there was some salt, mainly from me, because I'm a little baby. But, you know, everybody was happy to play the game. Everybody was just really chatty. You could talk to anybody there. And I've had this experience twice now, being in the US at both SoCal and now LVO. And I think we need to get this going more. Hence, the London GT. I know that I talk about this a lot on the channel as being, oh, I'm trying to be competitive. I don't really care about that so much. I just want it to be, you know, a good rules pack, and for people to come to the event and have what we have had, or what I have managed to have in America, but in the UK, in Europe, etc. Because it's honestly something that I've never experienced before, and it is something that every time I come out and do this, it motivates me hugely for my channel. It's not that it gives me more content, obviously it does give me more content, but it's just the fact that, oh yeah, hey, Kill Team isn't always just about the game. Sometimes it's about the community, and that sounds really stupid. Trust me, I have heard other people say this, like on podcasts, like, oh, we got the best community in the world, guys, it's really good. And I'm like, shut up, tell me who rolled dice, that's what I want to know. So I guess I'm turning into one of them. Oh, fuck me. Anyway, LVO's been fun. Big thank you to everybody that chipped in to get me out here. Big shout out to everybody that I met whilst I was here. You were all great. There were no bad eggs among them, if you will. The only other thing I have to shout out, if you made it this far in the video, I don't think I even have to tell you about my Discord and my Patreon because you're on it. Yeah, I hope you've had a good day. I hope you continue to have a good day. Goodbye.